So to become a star, you must be burned, okay? Because have you ever noticed like something about stars? Because when we look up the sky, we see beauty, right? We see light, and we see something that feels almost magical, right? But what we don't see is like what it took for that light to exist. A star doesn't shine because life was easy. A star shines because like deep within it, an incredible process is actually taking space. Please. And maybe that's why this season of your life feels so intense, you know? Like maybe you are basically like so tired and maybe everything feels so uncertain for you. Okay? And maybe you're basically like questioning who you are actually becoming right now. And maybe you feel like you're falling apart, you know? But what if, what if like you're not falling apart? What if you're just being transformed? Okay? Because sometimes before we can like truly shine, we have to let go of the parts of ourselves that can no longer come with us. Okay? So by the way, my name is Aries, and thank you so much for clicking to this video. So I'm your online BFF for today. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so okay. So transformations rarely feels comfortable. Okay? Because nobody talks about this part, because everyone always celebrates the success story, the visible results, the healed version, the confident version, the peaceful versions, but very few people talk about the process, because those lonely nights that you had, like the difficult conversations that you always contemplate about, like the moments where you basically like questions all the decisions that you made, like the transformations often feels like losing your balance before even finding your footing, like it feels like closing chapters you thought would last forever. Like sometimes healing doesn't feel peaceful, sometimes healing feels like breaking open. Okay, and it has to be clean, and cleaning a wound can hurt, not because you are being harmed, no, but because you're finally allowing it to heal properly. Maybe that's where you are today, not being punished, not being abandoned, like just healing in a way that isn't always comfortable, alright. So when I say that to become a star, you need to be burned. Okay, wait, let me just pause this. Okay, so when I say to become a star, you need to burn. You must burn. Okay, I don't mean like burning yourself alive in this physical world. I don't mean like sacrificing your peace and all. I don't mean proving your worth by suffering, I mean allowing the fire of growth, to burn away. Because the belief that you're not enough, the fear of like disappointing people, the need to earn love, the habit of like abandoning yourself just to keep others comfortable, that always say to you that you'll never be good enough. Those are the things that the fire was never meant to preserve. Sometimes life doesn't remove them all at once, okay? It removes them one layer at a time, okay? And every layer that falls away brings you closer to who you always been. The fire is actually revealing you, not actually destroying you, okay? Think about a goal, I give you a metaphor. Think about a goal. When gold is refined, okay, When gold is refined, it actually plays in an intense heat, right? Not because it is worthless, but because it's actually valuable. The heat actually like removes what doesn't belong, because the impurities basically rise to the surface. What's left behind is actually something stronger, something pure. Sometimes life works the same way. The challenges that basically you face, like the disappointments, the heartbreaks, the moments that you thought that you couldn't survive, they actually reveal things inside you. Alright? So some might be painful, and some of the memories, is beautiful. Maybe you discover how resilient that you really are. Okay. Maybe you learn that your heart actually can break and still keep living, but just living yourself. Okay. Maybe you found a strength that you never knew that you had, and the fire actually didn't create your strength, it actually revealed it. Like, yeah. So stop mourning every version of yourself. One of the hardest parts of the growth is like letting go of who you used to be, okay? Like sometimes we cling to old identities because they feel like familiar for you. Like the perfectionist, the people pleaser, like the one that who never asks for help. Those people, those identities protected you once, but maybe they help you to survive, but surviving itself isn't the same as like living, right? Because as you heal, some parts of you will actually like naturally fade away sometimes, and actually that's okay, because you're not losing yourself. You are basically like returning to yourself, because there's a version of you like underneath all the fear. Okay, and underneath the expectations, underneath the mask, that version has always been there. Okay, healing isn't about like becoming someone new. It's about uncovering who you were before the world like convinced you to shrink yourself. So your light will always inspire others. Trust me. Alright? It's a beautiful thing about healing. It's beautiful. You have gone through that. It rarely stops with you. When you choose yourself, you quietly give other people permissions to do the same. When you set healthy boundaries, someone watching you realizes that they can also set the healthy boundaries. When you forgive yourself, someone else begins to believing that healing actually is possible. Your light doesn't have to be loud. It's stars. You are the stars. Stars don't scream to be noticed. They simply shine. Alright? Like, maybe your purpose isn't to like save everyone, like maybe your purpose is like simply to become like so authentic that your life reminds other people that they can do the same thing. So if life feels intense right now, if you are basically grieving, if you're changing, if you're letting go, if you're barely recognizing yourself anymore, don't assume that you are breaking. No, you're not. Okay, like sometimes the most painful seasons are also the most transformative, and trust that what is leaving needed to leave. Okay, trust that what is falling away was never your true identity. Trust that beneath the sphere, beneath every difficult lessons, there is someone extraordinary waiting to emerge in you. Not because they become someone else, but because they finally stop hiding. Alright? So, yes, to become a star, you must burn. Something needs to be burned. Something needs to be burned. But So let it be the fear, let it be the self-doubt, let it be the shame that you have, let it be every lie that ever convinced you that you had to like stay small. Let it burn. Don't burn yourself trying to prove your worth, you know. Yeah, burn away everything that make you forget it, because stars don't shine by destroying themselves. They shine by becoming exactly what they were created to be. And maybe that's what you're learning to do too. Your light has like always been there. Healing simply removes everything that was like covering it, you know. Like, don't burn yourself out. Burn away everything that isn't truly yours. Your light isn't something that you create, it's something that you uncover, you know. So that's it. That's coming to the end, and thank you so much for listening until the end. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye bye.